Hey y'all, I hope everyone is having a lovely and wonderful Friday. I am here, Waakye Stew, and these are the ingredients I'm going to be using. Some bell peppers, diced canned tomatoes, tomato paste, ginger, garlic, pepper, nutmeg, carrots, and I'm using the Miss Cookie spices ingredient, which I got on my trip to Ghana. And the protein I'm going to be using is goat meat and some willy, which is some cow skin, and some dawa beans. Here I'm going to clean all my vegetable, cut them into pieces, and blend everything. I will start by putting in the dawa beans and some diced tomatoes to start the blending process. And after that, we are going to put that on the stove and cook it for about an hour or so till all the water evaporate from the blended vegetables. And then we're going to start our stew with that. I do this process to only make the stew easier to cook, and it cooks faster that way because there's no liquid in the vegetable or tomatoes to have it sit. And it also saves you from the blended ingredients splashing all over your stove and floors. I'm going to go ahead and move on into seasoning my protein. I'm going to cut some onions into square bits and put that on the protein. I'm also going to season it with some blended garlic, ginger, a little bit of beef seasoning, and some salt and oil. Then I'm going to put it on the stove to start the cooking process. I'm going to thoroughly cook all my protein because I do not fry it at the end before I put it in the stew. So I'm going to make sure it's very juicy and tender before I lower the heat or put it off the stove. Periodically, I'm also stirring my vegetable paste on the other side. I'm going to go ahead, stir up my meat, make sure all the seasonings are well coated on each cube of meat. And I'm going to let it simmer and steam for about 40 minutes because remember, we are thoroughly cooking the meat. So we're going to have it sit on there. If it needs water, you're going to add water and have it cook till it's tender enough to eat it. At this point, my meat is very tender and thoroughly cooked, so I'm going to put it to the side and start my stew in a separate pot. In this pot, I'm going to slice some onions and add my olive oil into the pot. I only cook with olive oil in my house, and so you could use any other oil of your choice, but I do olive or coconut oil. I'm going to have the onion caramelize in the oil for a bit, about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to go in with my pepper, garlic, ginger, and have it also simmer in the oil for about another 5-8 minutes. Then I'm going to go in with my tomato paste. I'm going to have that fry for about 8 to 10 minutes till it's thoroughly cooked. And then I'm going to go in with my vegetable and tomatoes that I have cooked on the side. It's going to go in now, and I'm going to have that cook for a good 15 minutes, constantly stirring it. Don't let it burn. You have to constantly stir it. Like every 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you have to go back in to stir it. Once you see the oil settling on top of the stew is fully cooked. So in that time, I will go in with some fresh onions, some sweet green peppers, and then I will add my meat because the stew is ready to enjoy. I would have it simmer for about 2 to 5 minutes, and I will taste to adjust the salt and seasoning. So I will remember I did not add any salt in the stew because I was going to add my meat, which is already seasoned. So that way I know what to add to it again. So I'm going to taste it and adjust the salt. If I need a little bit more salt, I'll put a little bit more salt, and I will add a little bit of nutmeg, and that will be it. It's going to simmer for 2 minutes, and that will be it. Enjoy. I hope you like this recipe, and we'll try it. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.